Hello everyone, my name is Benny and this is going to be a 30-minute yoga class. It'll be mainly sitting and laying down. We'll hold the stretches for a lot longer after getting through some mobility exercises, so it'll be more relaxing and more restorative. So we get started as I normally like to start, in a seated position. Cushion under your hips if you need it. Position can be cross-legged, can be legs wide, sitting however you like basically. If you prefer to lie down for whatever reason, then that's another option too. So we'll just start with a couple of moments of mindfulness. So take a moment to roll the shoulders back and down a moment, relaxing the shoulders. Take a big inhale, exhale, relax the shoulders down. And one more inhale, and exhale, relax down. And allow the shoulders to be away from the ears and either look down or perhaps close your eyes. And let's begin by simply noticing however we feel today, without any criticism, without any judgment. Imagine that you can notice the insides of your mind and your physical sensations from a distance. Notice how your body feels today. Notice the simple sensations like the sit bones on the ground, like your hands touching your body, or the sensations of your clothes on your skin. And notice the gentle rise and fall of your belly and your chest with each breath that you take. Bringing your awareness to your breathing now. Noticing your natural breath first. And then starting to deepen your breaths gradually, so that your breath becomes a little bit longer than your natural breathing. So, as you notice your breath, you will also realize your mind has the tendency to wander off into thought. And know that that's absolutely normal. So the exercise here is to notice when the mind wanders off and become aware of what thoughts are popping into our mind, and then bringing the attention back to the breath. And I'll give you a couple of moments to practice this on your own, trying to keep your focus on your breath and bringing the attention back to the breath every time your mind wanders off. Starting to deepen the breath a little more now. And then taking the arms wide as we inhale. Opening the eyes to look your palms as they touch. And then exhale, release the arms back down by your side. Imagine that you're creating space around you. So as you inhale, the arms again go wide and up. Exhale, create this space around you. And one more time, inhale, arms up. And exhale, arms back down. Relax your hands on your legs, roll the shoulders back and down once again. And then we're going to place the hands onto our shoulders. We bring the elbows in towards each other, up and around the body as we inhale, and exhale, bring the elbows back down towards the rib cage. So a few like this, moving slowly, breathing in and breathing out, slowing the movement down, following the rhythm of your breath. Feeling that opening in the shoulders, in the ribs, and switch direction, doing 3 more in the opposite direction. Nice. Bring the hands by your side now and think about dropping the shoulders away from the ears. If it helps, you can kind of give them a little bit of a tap. Bring the chin down to the chest and then drop one ear towards one shoulder. So I'm dropping my right ear to my right shoulder. Left side of the neck is opening here. When you feel the stretch, stay there without pulling too forcefully. If you're starting to make faces, or if you're grinding your teeth, or if you can't breathe properly, you've gone too far. And then bring the head back to center and take the head all the way to the other side, stretching the neck the other way. Always breathing deeply as soon as you get into this stretch. And then bring yourself back. And if you have a cushion, just place that to the side for a moment. And we're going to bring the legs wide, a little bit wider than the hips, hands behind you. And let's drop the knees from side to side. We're starting to open through the hips. We'll focus a lot on hips and shoulders. Those are the areas where we tend to hold more tension usually. So although your knees may not go all the way to the floor here, try to bring them towards the floor as best as you can, because this prepares us for the stretch that comes next. So we're going to drop the knees towards the right. So you should be looking down at your right shin. Now, if you're very open in your hips, it's going to look like there is a 90-degree angle between your shin and your thigh. If you're not so open, simply close the angle so that it looks a little bit more compact. If you have knee issues, or if simply this leg is up here, cushion under here, the possibility is also to put a cushion under here. Another option, if this doesn't work at all for you and that back leg feels a little weird, the back knee doesn't like it, straighten it. If you can stay here, or if your leg is straight, whichever way you are, we're now going to look towards the right knee and bring the hands towards the knee. So you'll find here that maybe your bum lifts off. That's absolutely fine. You should start feeling a stretch on the right outer hip and thigh. And then we're going to do a little lift with the spine. So as you inhale, lift and lengthen. And then as you exhale, see if you can bring yourself closer to the floor. And if you're not feeling much, you can bring the hands more towards your right foot. So you're across the shin instead of across the knee. So this is called a deer pose because the legs are basically like a deer sitting down. If you have another cushion, you can also just place it under your arms and relax your head here. So we're going to spend a few moments here because this is one of those stretches, and a lot of the ones that we'll do in this session require us to be a little more patient. So don't worry if you're not where you think you should be straight away. You can give yourself time, but also let go of where you think you should be and focus on how things feel. I like to put my hands together and use my thumbs as a little support for my forehead. Focus on breathing deeply. And we'll bring that attitude of mindfulness again into this practice. So that means notice things as they are for what they are. Are you tensing through the shoulders or clenching your teeth? Can you let go of that tension and soften into the stretch? And what thoughts and what emotions are coming up as you stretch here? Staying present with things as they are without judging, without trying to change anything. Always coming back to the breath after we've noticed where our mind wanders off to. The last few moments here. Maybe you'll find that now things are feeling a little easier. And now bring your hands back in. And we're going to go to the other side. So point the knees up first and drop the legs towards the left. So same as before. It could be that to start off you're here, that doesn't feel right. You might need to bring the angle a little shorter. Or if you're really open, you might need to open a little bit more. Cushions under knees if you need the support. And then look down at your left knee. And first, go towards the left knee. We'll all start from there to begin with. We lengthen the spine as we inhale. And then as we exhale, we fold a little deeper towards that left leg. And now if you feel like actually you can do with a little bit more of a stretch, bring yourself towards that left foot so that you're across the shin. If you have plenty of blankets and cushions, it might also feel nice to have a cushion under here to kind of hug or give you the support. Or simply use your hands like I do. And notice that each side of the body will be different. So stay with what feels good on this side. Always being respectful of your body, of yourself. Staying here just the last few moments. Soften the shoulders. Relax into the stretch a little more. Keep breathing deeply. And then slowly bring yourself back up. And with hands behind you, again, point the knees up. And you can just move your feet and knees in and out just to stretch the legs. And let's bring the legs wide now. So just bring them as wide as you can, obviously. You should feel a little bit of a stretch here, but if you find that is too much, just bring the legs in. And again, as always, cushion under your sit bones. If you're feeling all rounded like this, it might mean that actually elevating your hips like this helps you to keep your spine straight. So don't go too mad with the legs to start with, basically. Let's bring the hands behind the head, interlacing the fingers, and we want the elbows wide. So we push the head into the hands to widen the elbows a little bit more, and think about pulling up as well with your hands on your head. Take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, bring the elbows in, chin to chest, and begin to round yourself. And inhale again, arms wide, push the head into the hands. Exhale, bring yourself in, stretching the back of the neck. Breathe in, open, last time. And exhale, bring yourself in. And from here, open as you inhale. Exhale, bring the right elbow towards the right knee. And then drop the right hand down to the right leg, ankle, or even the floor, inside or outside of the leg, whatever feels right. You can keep that left hand on your neck and point up with the left elbow, or maybe stretch it over the head and also rest, perhaps, the arm over the head. We're not staying here as long as the other poses. This is quite deep side body stretch. And let's bring ourselves back. And hands behind the head, breathe in to lengthen. Exhale, left elbow towards left knee. Then drop the left hand down to the leg. And you can keep the right hand on the neck, pointing the right elbow up, or right arm over, and maybe then resting the arm over the head. We take about 5 deep breaths. And slowly we bring ourselves back up and bring the legs a little closer to each other now. So they are just a little bit wider than your hips. And I'm just going to show from this perspective, we'll bend the right leg. The right foot comes inside of the left leg, anywhere. So it could be inside the thigh, it could be further down. Again, for knee issues, place the cushion underneath that leg. Keep a little bend into that bottom knee. We reach the arms up now with an inhale. Then as you exhale, fold over that left leg, leaning forward, and let your hands land wherever they land. So they could be here, or they could be here. Accept wherever you are, and stay with where you are. Little support, again here, might feel nice, of something to support your chest. Relax the head. Again, focus on softening your breath. And gradually you'll feel that your body starts to open up and lengthen a little bit more. And from here, start to lift your body back up. And we'll simply switch the legs. So now the right leg straightens, left foot comes in. Again, remember, if you want to, you can support your left knee with a cushion, or maybe the cushion comes here. And we're gonna take the arms up as we inhale and exhale to fold over your leg. Again, stay with where it feels nice for you. And because we spend a little bit of time here, remember, you don't have to go really deep straight away. Always check in with your body. Does it feel like everything is contracting against you? Does it feel like it's easy enough to stay here? Are you holding other parts of your body in tension because you're going too far? Those are all signs that maybe we're going a little too far and our body needs a little more time to open up. Stay in with your deep breaths. And you should feel this obviously in the back of the thigh, but also in the left, if you're going towards the right leg, in the left side of the lower back. Taking the last breath here. And now lift yourself up. And we'll bring both legs to straight. And I would recommend using a cushion for this anyway, because it feels nice. You can either fold the cushion or keep it as it is and bring it behind your knees. If you have a blanket or a towel, that will work as well, so your knees are nicely bent. Then you fold over your legs like this. You can also have another cushion on top, or keep your legs straight if you prefer and just a cushion on top. I prefer to always keep a little bend in my knees. If you've got no cushions, bring the forearms underneath the knees. So whichever version of this you've got, I'm going to go with the first one. We're going to stay here for a little while. So again, this is more of a passive stretch, so we're taking our time with this. It's not about feeling the most intense stretch ever. It's about feeling enough, then allowing the body to open up gradually. If you feel like closing the eyes maybe, or dropping in a little bit more, relaxing your head, maybe you can again cross the forearms and put your forehead on your forearms. Taking a few more breaths. And then slowly lift the head and lift yourself all the way back up. Release the cushion, put it out the side. And we're going to make our way onto our back now. So take your time to get there. And as you get here, bring the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. You can do a little butterfly motion with your knees at first. And to stretch the back, we're going to place the hands onto our thighs so that our thumbs are kind of coming on the inside of the thighs and the rest of the fingers on the outside. And all we're doing here is applying very gentle pressure in this direction. So not directly down, as if you're trying to pull your thighs or your hips towards your knees. So it's kind of an outwards direction, a pull towards the knees. And then release that pull. You should have felt like the spine was kind of coming a little pulling apart, so you'd feel that stretch. And then take the arms over the head now. A gentle chest opener here. I always recommend when you're on your back to actually intentionally give yourself a double chin. So instead of being like this, you do that to stretch the back of the neck. And now bring your hands behind your knees and use your hands to pull your knees together. Bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a little rock gently from side to side. From here, we'll go into what we call a banana stretch. So the legs are straight, the arms are over the head. You can either keep the arms straight or grab hold of opposite elbows. Then we're going to take our feet to the right. and our arms to the right. So if somebody was to look at you from above, you'd look like the shape of a banana. If you want more of a stretch in the left side body, so this is where we'll feel the stretch in the left side, you can also cross the left ankle over the right. The extent of your banana depends on how it feels for you. So it's a nice stretch for the ribs, the spaces between the ribs, the rib cage in general, the side of the body, the left shoulder. So all of that left side, even the left hip. If it's too much, always just come back a little. And because this is another one of those passive, easy stretches, we're going to spend a little bit of time here. If it feels nice, you can always close the eyes. If you have something nice to look on your ceiling, you can keep your gaze there. And notice where you feel your breath changes. So right now I might feel like you're really breathing through that left side of the body, through the left rib cage. Taking the last 3 breaths here. And now bring yourself back to center. And we'll switch. So bring the feet to the left. Bring your body to the left, shoulders to the left, and maybe cross right ankle over the left foot. So now the stretch will be in the right side of your body. Always go to the depth that feels good enough for you, not too forced, not too much, not too little. Again, focusing on softening the breath. In a way, this kind of way of practicing yoga where we hold the postures for longer is harder because you have to keep the focus on your breath and keep your mind in check while holding the poses rather than having the distraction of moving. So you can really practice that mindfulness we did at the beginning. Taking the last 3 breaths here. And bring yourself back to center. Bring your arms by your side, bend your knees, feet flat. And windshield wipe the knees from side to side a couple of times. And we'll finish with a figure 4 stretch. So the right ankle will come above the left knee. So there is a figure 4 in your legs. If this feels like there's enough of a stretch in your right hip and outer thigh, then you stay here. If you want more of a stretch, bring the legs in towards you. Thread the arms underneath the space you've created with your legs, grab the back of the left thigh and pull the legs in. Can feel nice as soon as you get there to maybe do that little rock from side to side, getting the body used to being here. And then find stillness and take 5 deep breaths. And let's switch sides now. Untangle your legs, both feet on the ground. Bring the left ankle above the right thigh. Remember, if it's enough of a stretch here, that's where you stay. If you want more, lift the bottom foot. Wrap the hands underneath the space you've created, pulling the right leg in. And try to have the foot so that the toes are pointing up and there is a 90-degree angle between foot and shin, so that the foot isn't like this. Sometimes that can be uncomfortable on the ankle. Taking the last breath here. And then untangle your legs, squeeze your knees in, maybe lift the head to round the back, and then relax your head back down, relax the arms by your side, and you can keep the feet on the ground, knees knocking in towards each other, or straighten the legs fully, closing down the eyes just for a few moments of relaxation. Allow your breath to return to normal. Imagining your body relaxes from head to toes. And using this moment of rest so that your body can fully take in the benefits of this movement and the breath that you have just practiced. And you can stay here as long as you like, maybe pausing the video or just letting it run. And then when you're ready to come out of this, after you've taken your time to rest, you can start by moving your body gently, bending your knees and rolling onto one side so that you can push yourself up into a seat. Thank you.